George Bernard Shaw said it better than I ever could. He said, the reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists in adapting the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man.
When people set a boundary with you, it's their attempt to continue a relationship with you, not an attempt to hurt you.
The truth is, we won't always end up with those we feel something deep and meaningful with. Some chapters of our lives are full and dizzying in the best way, with concrete endings and concrete closure, but some chapters end quickly, sometimes in the middle of the page, sometimes before we're even ready. We can't control what comes to fruition in our lives. We can't control how long someone chooses to love us. We can't control how long someone chooses to stay. At the end of the day, all we can do is learn from the endings. All we can do is embrace the fact that for a moment in time we felt something beautiful. For a moment in time we felt something rare.
You won't look back on these days and remember how hard they were. You'll look back on them and you'll be so beyond proud of yourself for pushing through the bad days and the challenging times, because you'll know how absolutely worth it all was in the end.
Anything that has power over you is only simply teaching you how to take back the power. Anything that you hate is merely teaching you unconditional love. Anything that you fear is only actually teaching you how to have courage to overcome that fear. Anything that you can't control is only really teaching you how to let go. Anything that angers you is really only teaching you forgiveness and compassion. And anyone who abandons you is only teaching you how to stand on your own 2 feet. Perspective is everything.
I used to worry about a lot of stuff in my life, worry about what people think, worry about making people happy, worrying about X, Y, and Z. Now I don't. I worry about being happy now and being happy today and tomorrow, and I don't look past that. Because when I start looking to the future, which we're not promised, only recently, what I say has been backed up. My uncle went for a Sunday dinner. On the way there, he had a heart attack and died at the side of the road. So that's how we're not promised tomorrow. So I live today because I know that I am not guaranteed to wake up in the morning. So I'm just going to be happy for now. And that's how I live. One day at a time. If I go to bed sad tonight, I think to myself, you know what? Tomorrow's going to be a brand new day. I'm going to wake up happy. And I'm going to be positive and I'm going to crack on.
If you pan it down here, you see it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and there's not a car or a person in sight. If you pan over here, it's the same thing. Not a car or a person in sight. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not a motherfucker that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hate it's a Monday. And I'm loving it. I'm loving that. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting the fuck after it every daggone day. Stay hard.
I'm not crying because of you. You're not worth it. I'm crying because of my delusion of who you were was shattered by the truth of who you actually are.
I feel like we're all conditioned from a young age to equate our happiness to positive feedback from others, whether that's our parents, teachers, coaches, even a stranger. Think about how much joy you feel in a fleeting moment when a stranger compliments you, but it's like reading Untethered Soul kind of taught me that whether you're getting praise or negativity, it should affect you the exact same way. Like, be so solid and centered in your essence that they both affect you the same. I love you. And I hope you're having a magical Friday.
I'm training for life. Mentally, I'm training for life. I'm not training for like to lift 400 pounds. And I found out on my own pretty much is that through discipline, through self-discipline, through repetition, through tons of repetition of the same thing that you don't want to do. And that's the key thing. Through repetition of things you don't want to do, you develop mental, like an armor for your mind. You start to armor your mind because your mind's like, okay, we suffer every day. It's what we do. We do stuff that sucks every day. So then when the suck stuff comes, you're ready for it. And that's how I started coming up. You know, I just started being very uncomfortable. And now it's like just a way of life.
3 days. 3 days is all you're going to give them. 3 days is more than enough time to either call you or send you a text message. And if they don't reach back out within those 3 days, then you are making a promise to me and a promise to yourself that you are going to let them go.
No one's gonna tell you this, so I will. You're busy doubting and questioning yourself when other people are intimidated by your potential. Let that sink in. Play this again. Until next time.
Dominate. You must learn to dominate. You cannot compete.
I don't want you just to compete, because competing is dangerous. Because when you compete, you got to go all the way to the fourth quarter to make that thing happen. But when you dominate, you take your opponent out the game.
People who are truly successful in this world, those people understand how to dominate.
I'm alone. This house don't feel like home.
How old were you when you had your first kiss? Had your first relationship?
When you first got drunk.
When you first done the deed.
Got your first piercing.
Got your first tattoo? Dyed your hair for the first time?
My favorite advice on being an artist comes from Andy Warhol. Don't think about making art, just get it done. Let everyone else decide if it's good or bad, whether they love it or hate it.
You guys have probably heard that women make rules for men that they deem to be beta, and they'll break them for men that they deem to be alpha. These are placeholder terms. Beta, less desirable, weaker. Alpha, strong, virtuous, masculine. Women want to be with them. Men want to be them. There's cute little good girl librarians that will make you wait patiently 3 months for basic missionary when you were 20. But she'll end up in bed with Chad 15 minutes after meeting him at the foam cannon party in Ibiza. When a woman says something like, I don't do that, you need to add in your head with me. Guys that operate in a beta frame will get cheated on far